everybody, how are you all doing? Today I want to have a quick look at the wider world of haiku on the internet. Where else can you get your information, your general knowledge about haiku, see what's happening? Now I've for a long time been advertising all these sites I'm talking about in the show notes, but who reads show notes? I get it. So, the place to start, obviously, is the Haiku homepage. It doesn't get updated all that often. Basically just you see monthly contract reports. But if you look at this box here, you can see source activity and ticket updates. Yeah, it takes a while, but you can see what tickets, in other words, error reports, are being worked on. Right, and also here, what are the latest packages? That one can be slow. Right, and then you'll see here the mailing list. That is the one development mailing list. Of course, there are other mailing lists. Right, let's have a look at them. So that is the one that gets reflected on the homepage. But there's a third-party development list. I'm a member of that, actually. Right, what is it? Here, there's a commits log, track bugs log. There's one for documentation. There's one to discuss the websites. And there are for the localization in different languages. Most of these mailing lists are quite low volume, and so if you filter your email a little, you won't be overwhelmed by them. More interesting, I think, is the Haiku discussion forum. Right? And this is where all the latest questions and comments and debates go on. And as internet forums go, this is a very, very friendly community. I mean, you really have to make a total nuisance of yourself before people start reacting to you. It happened in the last year to one particular user, and he had been at it for months and months. Anyway, so if you want to get in contact with fellow Haiku users, from developers to just first-time installers, I think this is the place to go. So you have to set up an account, right? And there are some categories, but don't really get used very much. And there are private messages, the sort of thing. Then the next thing I should get, sorry. Then there's another YouTube channel. This is if you speak German, because it's a German user, Lil Doran. He's also very much involved in the BSly website and the B-Sly repo, and he updates, I think, about once a month or so. And my German is not really good enough to tell you how good his videos are, but hey, it's a resource. So for all you people who understand German well enough, this is the place to go. Then, this is a blast from the past. The BOS Bible. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a book. It came out when everybody thought BOS was on the verge of breaking through and becoming the next big thing. That didn't happen. But remember, Haiku was designed to be, API compatible. So a lot of the information in this book, like extended attributes. What is an extended attribute? How does it work? How dangerous is it to just keep adding extended attributes? How much disk space are you going to use up? That sort of question. That's still valid in this old book, yeah. You can buy old thumbed copies on eBay and Amazon. However, we live in the 21st century. We don't collect paper books anymore. And here's a copy on ScriptD. I think you have to set up an account to download here. And here on the Internet Archive, here you can actually read it. Well, you'll have to get a bit bigger screen than I've got here. And I believe you can also, here, download a copy. 340 megabytes, that's quite a download. But the Internet Archive at the moment is facing massive legal challenges. So if it has disappeared by the time you see this video, then there's also a copy here at BOS in Haiku City. This website seems to be a bit quiet at the moment, but they've got a copy of the BOS Bible, and you can download it right there. So that is a worthwhile link to have. So yeah, I'd say everybody, if you're interested in haiku, you want to see where it came from, and still get a lot of useful information, then I would say, yeah, get a copy of the BOS Bible. Okay, Desktop on Fire. Okay, this was started, I think about a year and a half ago, something like that. A very nicely laid out website, a bit slow on Web Positive, but as you may have figured out, I'm not watching this on Web Positive. And somewhere in there is, this guy will interview just anybody. So it's got interviews with people who are prominent in haiku circles at the moment. I have no idea why I'm in there, but it's okay. Right, and it's a little less active than it was in the beginning, but it's worth putting this in your RSS feed and seeing what's going on. Right, next one is Haiku Insider. Okay, this one has been running by now about 3 or 4 months. And this website updates daily. Technically, it's a blog, it's on WordPress. I really don't know how long you can keep this up, but yeah, he's bringing out very interesting articles, right? And there's some categories. Now, if you want a shortcut to all of this, there's my Flipboard magazine. Now, you may know Flipboard as an app on your phone, but it also works as a website. And so I've got one on the Haiku operating system. And I have my search bots reporting to me, and I'm keep an eye on Haiku Insider and on everything else I've mentioned so far. And there you can see are a number of, I quite shamelessly put links to my own videos as well. Sure, why not? So if you want one-stop shopping to everything I've mentioned so far, then that is the place to be. You know, you don't need to put Flipboard on your phone. You can just go to this address and, that'll do it. Yeah. Except you should also go to the forum. Finally, there is the most important site on the entire internet, which is my now redesigned page. Now, when I started this was one long list of things that I've ported or packaged, but I've now redesigned it, and it's a little bit more systematic. Right, and you can see I've still got most recent editions, just the 10 or so most recent ones, and some recent updates. And so if you want to go to, say, Java applications, and we click on that, and here they are. So you might ask, why not just make a repository? Well, because the vast majority of these applications are not updated very often. In fact, some of these Java applications are 9 years old and nobody has touched them since. They still run, they still do something useful, but they're not getting updated. And so there's no real point in putting them in a repository, because once you've installed them, then they're installed. Right, so here I have a little text editor that specifically makes it easy to add accented letters. The Java app, 9 years old, hasn't been updated since. I mean, it was still on the I got that from a tripod website. I don't even think that exists anymore. Right, so, and that is how we can get our hands on some apps that you won't get anywhere else. and I try to keep things simple. I compile things to the point where they'll run, and I test them a little bit, but they're quick and dirty. And now, if somebody with better skills than mine makes a better version, puts it up on the Haiku ports repo, then I am delighted. It's already happened. I had a programming language called Bacon, and I made a new version, and then, hey, my Haiku system is replacing it with an older version from the official depot. Okay, somebody has Sherlocked me, as they say in the Mac community, and I'm absolutely delighted. So if you find an app here and you think, I can do better, yeah, just let me know. Hey, Michelle, I've made a much better version and it's on the official depots now, and I'll take it down here. I will not say, oh, that was mine first. Really. Okay, so you got Java ports, Qt 4. Yeah, if you want to do me a favor, convert these to Qt 5. Because Qt 4 is now obsolete. And I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to run that runtime library. But there are some Qt 4 apps that when I try to compile them, they just pick up on Qt 5 and run with it. But others insist on having the proper Qt 4 library present at compile time, and you'd actually have to dig into the code and fix that. So yeah, write some YAB programs, a few programming languages, and CLI applications and CLI scripts. A miscellaneous category, the very few native apps that I've got. Okay, you get the idea. So I've spent a bit of time reorganizing this, and as you have seen, created some errors in the process. Then yeah, well, I'll fix those. Thanks for watching.